Hey home chefs, welcome to Janine's Gluten-Free Kitchen, where we make gluten-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free and super scrumptious recipes. Delivered to you simply so you can make them at home anytime you want. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's lovely to have you here. And if you're a regular, thank you for the continued support. We absolutely love it. If you haven't subscribed yet, and now's your opportunity because you will miss some awesome recipes if you don't. Subscribe and hit the bell and you're good to go. Today we are making a delicious blueberry and lemon crumb cake. It is a gorgeous blend of almonds and lemons in the cake. It's studded with blueberries and a wonderful coconutty crumb on top. It's super delicious and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you, so please stick around. So guys, let's get started and let's make our crumb topping first, which is super easy. We've got some melted dairy-free margarine. Now, recipe, ingredients and quantities are all below in the description, so you can get them from there once you've finished watching us. So we've got our melted Nuttelex is the brand we use, and we're going to throw in some coconut sugar, some coconut, some almond meal or almond flour. Almond flour is just a little bit finer than almond meal, but it's the same ingredient. And finally, a little bit of our beautiful lemon zest that we zested earlier. Yum, yum, yum. Now, once you put all that together, give it a good stir, and you will have a nice crumbly, smells so good, crumb topping. Now, as I said, this has got coconut sugar in. You absolutely can make it without the coconut sugar. So if you're trying to reduce your sugar or you don't have a very sweet tooth, don't put it in. I mean, almonds are super sweet anyway, so it's not like it absolutely needs it. And let's put that aside while we make our cake. Put it over here. For the cake, you are going to need your almond meal. Now, I've measured this out earlier and I've got a nice big bowl to mix everything else in. And basically what we're going to do is put our sweetener, which is maple syrup. And you can use honey if you prefer, but you've got to reduce the quantity because honey is sweeter than maple syrup. We have some eggs that I've got some free-range eggs. I find free-range and organic always tastes a bit better. They don't have that weird eggy taste, just kind of obvious. And then some lemon juice, baking powder, gluten-free of course, some more melted dairy-free margarine or Nuttelex, and the rest of our lemon zest. And you get a sense that this is going to be quite lemony with all that lemon juice and lemon zest. Give that a good stir. Now this is a hand mixed mixture, so it's super easy. Yummy. Awesome. Now you want to make sure that all your ingredients are incorporated well, so don't be stingy with the stirring. It's always a little bit harder when you're doing it by hand, I understand, but it is what it is. And I can really smell the lemon coming through, and the zest is great because it gives it a real punch of lemon without all the extra liquid. Delicious. It is a runnier batter. It's completely okay. Now I've got some fresh blueberries. You can use frozen blueberries, but I do not recommend that you defrost them. Use them frozen or else your batter will be a complete mess. And you will lose also the shape and the integrity of the blueberries. So I'm going to put half in my batter and then just very gently fold it so that we don't mash the blueberries. And they will keep whole that way. And once we pour the batter in, we'll sprinkle the rest of the blueberries on top. Easy, how easy is that? That cake is made. Oh, vanilla. Nearly forgot it. Teaspoon of vanilla. Let's gently fold that. Obviously that should have gone in before the blueberries. But if you're very careful, you can add it. If you've never folded something into a cake batter, what you're trying to do is you're not churning it, you're literally slicing through the center and folding it on itself. See that action? It's a very gentle way of mixing a batter. Really important when you're doing things like meringue or any whipped fluffy cakes. All right, perfect. Now, I have a square, is this 9 by 9 or 10 by 10? I think it's 9 by 9. And what I've done with the baking paper or parchment paper is I've cut it into 2 pieces and I've laid it so that there's a little bit of fold over extra, and that'll help us get our cake out once it's done, because you don't want to be disturbing all that crumbly topping, which is just wonderful. So we want to be able to take it out without damaging it. So that's what we've done with the paper, and we're going to pour our batter in. Yum, smells so good. And just give that a little distribution evenly. Awesome. It will fluff up quite a bit. And then with our remaining blueberries, we want to just sprinkle them on top so they're well spread. Great. Now, we've got our cake, we've got our blueberries, and we need our topping. It is a bit of a wet topping, it's not that dry. So what I want you to do is just break it up with your fingers and crumble it over the top. And what it does is, as it cooks, it almost melts into the cake. So even though you've got a topping, you don't really, there's no real separation from the cake. It just has this lovely layer. So that's our cake made. Let's bake that now. I've got my oven set to 180 degrees Celsius. And so I'm back, and our cake has baked after 35 minutes on 180, and it came out clear in the center, but I can feel that it's still very moist and juicy. So I let that cool down for half an hour, and we very gently pulled it out. Now I do recommend, if you've got somebody else in the house, get them to grab one side and then you can grab the other, because it is a semi-fragile cake. But let us cut into this. Ooh, yum. This does smells, made the house smell so good. And I'm going to cut it into 12 pieces. You can cut it into less or more if you have a preference for bigger or smaller. And I do recommend a serrated knife for this. So, what I didn't get, oh yes, here we go, I can use this. There you go. And that was a little broken piece because I didn't cut it through all the way. Let's do that properly. Here we go. I mean, when you have fruit in cake, it can be prone. Look at that. Look at all those luscious berries. Yum. When you have fruit in cake, it can be prone to crumbling. Now, the way around that is to make sure it is fully cooled down. Don't touch it until it's completely cooled. But we want to taste this baby. We want to show you how awesome it is. There you have it, our blueberry crumb cake with lemon. Super delicious. I do like this cake, it is one of my favourites. And it does taste really yummy. So guys, this is the blueberry and lemon crumb cake, and you can see how delicious this looks for a gorgeous fruity dessert cake to serve everybody, or have it in the fridge to give to guests. Either way, it is a sensational cake that I recommend you put in your recipe book. Hope you've enjoyed that. Please leave us a message in the comments section if you have. Let us know what you want to see. Hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you haven't done that already. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing this to you. Have a wonderful day and keep safe. Take care. Bye. And action. Test, test. 1, 2, testing. Hello. Talking to the world. Hello, world. Hello. Action. That's how it's done.